News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell and news across Nevada with Janet Eric. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, May 11th, 2011. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. Topping our news this evening, a two-vehicle accident on Highway 160 this afternoon sent one woman to the hospital.
This afternoon, approximately 2:30, a two-vehicle accident here on Highway 160 in Wellston prompted Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, and Nevada Highway Patrol to the scene of an extremely minor accident. Although this could have been worse and it appears to be a T-bone collision, the cars barely touched each other. The woman inside the convertible, however, did say that she was experiencing some injuries. She was transported locally here to Desert View Hospital. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of this accident. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Highway 160 and Wilson for News 46.
A new warden has been named at Corrections Corporation of America's Detention Center here in Pahrump.
Corrections Corporations of America has named Roddy Rushing as the new warden at its Nevada Southern Detention Center here in Pahrump. He will oversee operations at one of the company's newest facilities, leading a staff of more than 200 employees. Rushing's career with CCA began in 1997 as a correctional officer at Southern Nevada Women's Correctional Facility. During his tenure there and at the Correctional Treatment Facility in Washington, D.C., and at California City Correctional Center, his career path led him from corrections officer to senior correction officer, assistant shift supervisor, disciplinary hearing officer, chief of security, and assistant warden. In 2004, Rushing was named assistant warden at California City Corrections Facility. Prior to joining CCA, Rushing spent 6 years in the United States Air Force and 11 years in security management in Las Vegas, Nevada. The CCA Nevada Southern Detention Center is a 1,072-bed detention center housing federal detainees for the U.S. Marshals Service. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And we have scheduled an interview with Mr. Rushing to introduce him to you. He is expected to arrive in town in the coming weeks.
Okay, well, Deanna O'Donnell spoke to Nye County Clerk Sandra Merlino regarding the details of the open election coming in September.
An open election is scheduled for September to fill Dean Heller's congressional seat. Nevada's 25th senator took the oath of Senate yesterday around 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time in a ceremony on the Senate floor conducted by Vice President Joe Biden. Senator Heller is filling the seat of former Senator John Ensign, who resigned amid an ongoing ethics investigation into his conduct. His departure came as the Senate Ethics Committee is conducting an ongoing investigation into his handling of an affair with a former political aide whose husband was also a top legislative aide to the senator. Removed from the Senate Ethics Committee has no jurisdiction in the matter and likely will keep private the results of its 20-month investigation. Nye County Clerk Sandra Merlino gives us details on the specifics regarding the election and some redistricting that is underway.
Right. The statutes allow for a special election to fill this congressional seat. So the governor has declared that the election will be held on September 13th, and it does not provide for a primary election. So basically it's going to be an open election. Anyone can run for that position from a major political party, or any minor party can do a petition process to get on the ballot as well. So basically it'll be an open election for everyone. We will have early voting just like a regular election, and I have just secured the Nugget as a major polling place for Pahrump for this special election since we've lost the Pahrump Community Center plus Mance Elementary.
Yeah, that's a big change, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think it'll be great. We don't expect a large turnout. I think the people will like it. It'll be easy in, easy out. It'll be a short ballot. I think it'll work out great.
And tell me about some of the redistricting that we're talking about right now.
Well, I don't know if anybody's been watching the redistricting that's taken place in the state, but they did adopt some plans today from what I saw. It hasn't passed through both houses, I don't believe, but it does put Nye County in 2 separate congressional districts, 2 separate senatorial districts, and 2 separate assembly districts. But that doesn't really affect our local redistricting. I don't have all of the information yet to look at what we have to do in Nye County. So that's something that will be forthcoming here, hopefully before too long.
Will that affect this election at all?
No. As a matter of fact, we will not redistrict before this election because the precincts are set. We've actually got to get rolling on this election right away, and I can't change any precincts in between that time period.
And then as far as this election is concerned, how do people prepare for this? Is there some websites or information where they can get a little bit more information about where they need to poll or what's going on with it?
Well, the Secretary of State's office already has a website that has an election calendar and everything else on it. And because these individuals will all be filing with the state, I won't have that information right away. But the Secretary of State's website will have everything. And I believe the filing takes place starting next week.
And for further information, they can just go to the Secretary of State's website and you'll keep us updated of any changes.
Yes, exactly. And we'll be sending out sample ballots, absentee ballots, the whole thing. We'll be putting notices in the paper, so it'll be the same as a regular election other than we're skipping a primary.
This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 40.
All right, folks, coming up, an appreciation dinner for one local group.
And things got heated. The town manager gets his contract extended.
We'll have all this and more right after the break. Please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain.
Welcome back to News 46. Hope Cancer Care of Nevada has opened 2 facilities in the past year. That is good news for patients going through treatment in Las Vegas, which is a treacherous journey to make when you are ill. A patient appreciation dinner was held at the Pahrump Nugget, where we caught up with the husband and wife team.
Correct. We have chemotherapy infusion services. That's the first time that's been offered in Pahrump. And that was all motivated and inspired by one of the patients who used to travel to Las Vegas. We opened in Las Vegas our first cancer center just over a year ago. And one of the patients there, actually our first chemotherapy patient, used to travel from Pahrump. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us, but in her memory, we brought this cancer center to Pahrump. And we're so glad, and with the blessings of the people here, we are here to serve the community. Going through such an illness and battling that daily, that trip can be much longer than it seems each way, especially when you have taken a chemotherapy session lasting 4 to 6 hours and then making that trip over the pass. That can be a lot.
Tell me about some of the services we have to offer.
We offer chemotherapy services and infusion, essentially. And so he's a medical oncologist, and that's what he does. And he treats all types of cancers.
And we work closely with the hospital. And are you the main doctor there, or do you have other doctors there?
I am the only doctor at this time. We are only here on Mondays. But the facility is standalone. It's fully equipped, state-of-the-art. So as the needs of the community grow, we have made that promise to make it Monday through Friday. We'll be here full-time.
And you're still operating the one in Vegas?
Correct.
Yeah. And what's the hopes in the future for Hope Cancer Center?
I think the hope would be to have it available for the people 7 days a week. And if they don't have to make that trip, that's, I think, a success.
You know, our vision from day one was bringing cancer care closest to home. We literally packed our bags, moved to Vegas, and wanted to fulfill this dream. And, you know, we've been very, very fortunate, and that's the vision, really. This will be the goal, bringing cancer care closest to home, quality cancer care. So.
You know, we're here at a dinner at the Pahrump Nugget. Tell me what you're hearing from the community.
I think the community is really excited, and today's dinner is mainly in the patients and the community's appreciation, so that we, being new to town, can get to know, and the community can get to know us and carry this mission forward.
And I'm sure they'll welcome you with open arms. You should tell me about the location. How can people get in touch with you?
Well, if they go to our website at hccnevada.com, all the information is over there, including our Pahrump office, and our phone number is 1-800
881-4226.
Yes, thank you.
You guys are a wonderful couple. Thanks so much for bringing Hope Cancer Centers to Pahrump.
Pleasure. It's been an honor.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
At the town board meeting last night, things got heated as the board met to decide the fate of the town manager's contract, which has been extended one more year.
And I feel confident to step up and make a motion now. And with that, I would like to make a motion to offer Mr. William A. Kohlbarger a one-year contract, as is in the backup, but I would like to make some changes to that contract. It says this agreement can be renewed for a subsequent one-year period if employer gives 4. I'd like to change that to 3 months' notice, and the employee is still willing and able to perform his duties as town manager. Then the employer shall pay the remaining salary due for 1 year of the contract. And what I'd like to interject after that would be, or 60 days, whatever is less. It also states that health insurance for the employee and all dependents as defined in Section 4 for the remainder of the contract term. I also, again, would like to add, or 60 days, whatever is less. In that part, it says, in the event the employee is terminated for cause, I would like to interject this. No notice is required, and no severance will be paid. Health insurance coverage will continue for 30 days. Any accrued annual leave will be paid within 30 days.
By law, it's got to be paid within 2 weeks, sir.
Okay, then so we'll change it to that then. I didn't consider that we would terminate for cause. Again, having listened to people and addressing their current concerns, I would like to add a number 6. And number 6 would be pattern of behavior deemed inappropriate by the majority of the board.
For the one-year contract, I have no problem with what Mr. Culkin is saying.
I think a one-year contract is the right idea. I think you have a legislation process going on right now in Carson City with Mr. Kohlbarger's contacts throughout the state. Now is not the time to bring in somebody who has no contacts. You guys as a board have to use your leadership to come together to find a good work performance standard and hold him accountable. So use this year to get through this legislative process to see if Mr. Kohlbarger's cutting the mustard. If he's not, you got to do what you got to do.
Mr. Darby, I'd like to table this until we can have a workshop. I'd like to move that we table this until we have a workshop where we can sit down and look at the contract as it was talked about when we had an initial meeting with...
Mr. Darby, you have a motion on the floor. You called the question. She's out of order.
I can move to table.
It's within the power of the board members to request him to withdraw his motion.
The table.
Is there a second to the motion to table? Hearing none, it dies. So we'll call for the vote. All those in favor of offering a one-year contract with the changes presented this evening, signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, nay. Motion carries 3-2. Point of order. Come on, knock it off.
Excuse me, sir, I'll wait for a second.
But you got a rude person going out this door right now that's a butthead.
Sitting right there. Come on.
Hey.
All right, that's it. I'm taking a recess. I'm tired of this crap. We'll take 5 minutes.
I'm tired. I'm going. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take the finger from going. He gave me the finger, and I don't think he deserved that.
Well, then I'm going to have to request that he doesn't come back.
So it may have been a little bit confusing to the viewers out there what was exactly going on, because there's comments that you weren't able to hear, but it did not get tabled. It was passed 3-2. So Bill Kohlberger will be the town manager for another year.
Absolutely.
With some changes, some amendments to the contract. And what you didn't see is there were some comments coming at the board, and so he decided he wanted to take a break.
Some very passionate people on both sides of this issue.
Thank you.
All voicing their opinions, and it can be a lot to deal with, I imagine.
I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. And there at the end were some unhappy people in the audience who other people made gestures at with their hands, with one finger. So anyway, there you have it. It's our Pahrump Town Board meeting. And if you really want to get all the action and really understand it from now on, you're going to have to watch it when it goes on live, or the rebroadcast, which is on digital channel 46.4. All right.
All right, folks. And moving on, the Miss Senior Golden Years pageant is coming June 4th to the Saddle West. And we speak to the second contestant, Chauncey Chancellor.
My name is Chauncey. As a member of the Council of the Blind, we support and connect blind persons to blind persons. As a member, we take people out on outings. We try to get them aids, counseling for jobs, job interviews. We most of the time, though, we just listen. We listen to their fears and insecurities of being blind. As a member, we have been able to have people adapt to being blind and being a member of our community.
So, boy, it's starting to heat up out here. And I'm not talking about the town board. I'm talking about the weather. We're talking about the temperature out here.
Yeah.
It's starting to get really warm. I mean, we're not at the triple digits just yet, but boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, my swim days are going to be back real soon.
Yes, they are. And there wasn't too much wind today, which made me happy.
And tomorrow's looking pretty good, too. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But, folks, we got your 7-day forecast coming up for you right after this break. Keep it here.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Hey everyone, welcome back to News 46. I'm Rick Vale with your weather. Take a look at today. We had a high of 81 degrees. Winds are coming out of the southwest at about 16 miles per hour. It's bright and sunny out there. Pressure dropping 29.95 on the barometer. Our UV index was 9, which is very high. Sunrise is at 5:41 a.m. and our record high is 103 degrees back in 1960. Looking at tonight, a low of 60, clear skies out there, winds out of the south at about 12 miles per hour. Sunset will be at 7:39 p.m. and our record 47 degrees back in 1938. Looking at tomorrow's going to be pretty nice for us. 87 degrees for the high, 64 for the low. Winds out of the south-southwest at up to 15 miles per hour. Now our UV index tomorrow, 9, very high. Make sure you got sunscreen on, lotion, hat, something like that. Sun UV index that high, you're going to get burned, and you don't want that. Sunrise will be at 5:40 a.m. Looking at our 7-day forecast, Friday, heading into the weekend, 41 mile per hour gusts, cloudy skies, a high of 90. It's just going to be sort of a dismal day for everybody, with an overnight low of 59. Saturday and Sunday, breezy, very, very windy. 55 mile per hour gusts on Saturday, 56 mile per hour gusts on Sunday, with a high of 85 and 74 respectively, and overnight lows of 57 and 46. Moving into next week, Monday, partly cloudy skies, gusts up to 27 miles per hour, but the temperature's going to be all right. 73 degrees for the high, 50 degrees for the overnight low. Tuesday, still partly cloudy, as it will be the rest of next week. 78 for the high, 53 for the low. Finishing off our 7-day forecast next Wednesday, looking at 20 mile per hour gusts, high of 89 and a low of 55. And our worst weather in the nation today was Gypsy, Oklahoma, for some damaging thunderstorms, and you can tell it's taking a toll. Look at this poor old lady. Her crystal ball's cracked, and she looks terribly aged.
Wow, that was kind of an interesting picture you got there.
I know, and I might have been a little rude. I hope no gypsies curse me. It was just humor. It's all good. Folks, the Pahrump Valley High School's graduation is June 10th, and to pre-order your graduation DVD for $25 each, you can call KPVM right here at 727-9400, extension 209.
My son's graduating this year.
Oh my!
Chad, he's
all
behind the
grown
scenes,
up.
folks. He's the one who's handling
He
everything.
is technical
behind the scenes
directing
today.
right now. Absolutely.
Okay, and the campaign to defeat Barack Obama will be holding a radiothon on Thursday, May 19th from 6 to 9 p.m. on KDON 720 a.m. The program will be hosted by Melanie Morgan, Lloyd Marcus, and Amy Kramer. For more information, you can visit kdon.com. That's KDWM.com.
And McDonald's is holding a McTeachers Night. It will be held on Thursday, May 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. Besides seeing your teachers work at McDonald's, you can also enter a raffle to win kids Happy Meals for an entire year and more. This event will be benefiting the J.G. Johnson Elementary School.
And if you've missed any part of this newscast, you can watch it all again online at KPVM.TV or visit YouTube.
That's right. And folks, that said, it's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
From everyone up here on the Hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening. We'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.
Good night.